I have no idea what happened, ladies and gentlemen, but the video cut off. I kind of feel like because it was my phone was dying, but that's okay. We didn't get to finish together this part and this part because I was talking to myself. All I did was make sure I drew 1 4 and then 5 4s. Then I put the fives together because fives are the same, sixes together because sixes are the same, and I'm gonna leave this one blank because I want to be able to answer number 3. Okay. So number 3 is saying, right, what relationship do you notice between the exponents and the original expressions? Well, we come over to here, because these are all twos, I can see that we all have twos going across. So can I rewrite this? That's going to be the question. And the answer is yes, I can. I can still use the base of 2, and I could use a different power by counting the amount of 2's that I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's the power of 7. How else could I have gotten this number? Well, 4 plus 3 does give me 7. Very interesting. Let's try this one. I know my rock stars are already getting ahead. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Base is -3 to the power of 6. How else could I have gotten 6? 3 plus 3 does indeed give me 6. Same thing for the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Base is 4. Power of 6 because there's 6 4s. Imaginary 1 plus 5 does give me 6. Coming next door, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Base is 5 to the power of 5. 2 plus 3 does give me 5. We look at the 6's. 6 to the power of 3 because there's 3 6's. 2 plus imaginary 1. That's where it gets my 3. Pretty cool. Very nice. Okay. If we look at this without even having to expand it, we can just identify 9 and 9. That's my base. 3 plus 2, that is 5. 4 and 4, that's my base. 2 plus 5, that's 7. And then you just put that in the calculator, and then you find out your actual value. Pretty easy stuff. Can we write a rule for this? Yes, it's on your formula chart. I wish I had the formula chart right now, but it is. If we had a value or a base x of n times the base value of x with another variable, that will give me the same base, n plus m. If I put a number here, if I put a number here, that gives me my set of just adding, okay? Another thing to consider eventually, we like to already put this in our kids' brains, we will always multiply the coefficients. We don't know exactly what a coefficient is, and we will add the exponents. And don't get scared, that's going to be on the talk to talk, and I'm going to work that out very individually. Okay, is there a next page? Think so. Bunch of stuff. Here we go. Let's keep rocking and rolling. We're doing a good job. Okay. This is a new section. A power can also be raised to the power. I'm not a big fan of this, but this is called the power rule. On your formula chart for the STAR test, that's how it's labeled, okay? So let's look at this worked example real quick. So they're saying if we have something inside the parentheses with already a power and then a power outside the whole parentheses, that means there's 3 sets of this thing that's inside the parentheses, which is why you see 3 sets right there. And then, because we've already talked about that there's going to be the power 2, which represents 2 4s, this is going to be split right there, this is going to split right there, and this is going to split right there. So essentially there are 6 factors. How can we write this? Base 4 with the power of 6. Very interesting. How can I have done this a lot quicker. Well, if I already have 4 to the power of 2 to the power of 3, how did I get from 2 and 3 to 6? We multiply. Very quick and simple. Very, very cool. One of our favorite rules. Okay. I'm going to just jump to the number 5. And just so we can have a little bit of fun. Of course, I want us just to tear it up. Let me just make sure I'm looking at letter C and D correctly, because I would hate to give you all some incorrect information. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So, letter A and B are very beautiful, right? We could multiply those real fast. 2 times 3 is 6. So that means it's 8 to the power of 6. Calculator, you get your answer. Multiply the 4 and the 2. Those are the only exponents. We got a base of 5. 4 times 2 is 8. Put in the calculator. Bam. Remember, since the negative is not inside the parentheses, that tells me that it's still going to be negative parentheses. Multiply those exponents. Base is 6. 1 times 6 is still 6. Put it in the calculator. Bam. Right here, this is a little bit nicer. We're keeping the parentheses. 2 times 2 is 4. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. This is going to be a nicer number. It's going to be kind of weird. But anyways, let's keep rock and rolling. I ignored 6. Don't stress about that one. What can be the rule? I'm going to give you the formula chart rule. Let me make sure I have enough space. The formula chart rule, I believe it says, if you have x to the power of n and then raised to the power of m, that is telling you keep the base. N times m will give you your new values. All you're doing is multiplying. What are some key things to recognize? When I have a coefficient, you raise the power of the coefficient. We'll talk about that more later. Sorry for my ugly handwriting. Raise the power of the coefficient and then multiply exponents. Again, like I said, we'll get to talk a little bit more about this on the Talk to Talk. Awesome, awesome. Very, very cool stuff. Definitely do this practice on your own. I do want you to be able to see. I want you to be able to think. Because there's 2 rules right here. You got the product rule, power rule. Product rule, product rule, product rule. Actually, this is just putting the calculator and then the product rule también. So product rule. Definitely give yourself a couple of chances. I know a lot of us are just going to put this in the calculator. Definitely give yourself a chance. Didn't realize I was doing that. Product rule, power, product, kind of a power rule. Okay? Definitely ask your teacher, whoever's in the room, next video.